in Marvel Rivals, Wolverine and Psylocke are both X-Men. Are there any more X-Men?
Definitely a lot more.
Yay!
Thanks for clicking on the video. And here on our Mimic, we are going to do yet another game unboxing for the Marvel United system. This is the X-Men promo box. It contains 57 figures as well as 800 plus cards. Now, we're not going to go through every card, but I will show you every single miniature within this cool promo box. This was published in 2022, and it was part of Season 2 of the Marvel United Kickstarter campaign, which featured predominantly mutants. If you've never heard of Kickstarter before, it's a website where it's sort of like GoFundMe, where companies do projects that might be a little bit risky or they want to sell directly to the public and avoid the retail space. Essentially, this was a free promo box, but really it's part of a campaign that you had to pledge money for. You can buy this box in retail, especially game stores. I know I have seen it in a couple of game stores in my local area. Welcome to the channel where we talk about all manners of nerdy stuff, from board games to Dungeons and Dragons, comic books to toys, video games on Saturdays, and gamer snacks on Sundays. We also do monthly giveaways, and this is our current January giveaway for the Mystery of the Abbey, which is out of print and it's unplayed copy. So I'll put a link down below how you could win this awesome prize, and if you're watching this from the future, you could click our main channel page for our current giveaway. And if you do enjoy the video you're about to watch, hopefully consider hitting that like and subscribe. It's free to you and it helps us out on the channel. Thanks for watching. Before we get to the unboxing, let's appreciate the cover, which features very cool cartoony art. There are just so many characters here. And the one that stands out prominently, I guess, right here in the front is Nightcrawler. On the top of this box, and it is a very thick, chunky box, we got other mutants. On the side panel here, looks like we got Magic, I think. And on this side, the same image. And on the bottom, more characters. Okay. So on the back of the box, you're going to see everything that is going to be contained in this box. And yes, there are 57 characters and over 800 cards. So, Emma, why don't you come over? Let's see if you can name them all.
Okay.
Let's start at the top. Right there. Avalanche. So those are the villains, right? Avalanche, yep.
Deathbird, Mastermind, Callisto, Lady Deathstrike, Shadow King, Silver Samurai, Omega Red, Arcade, Sauron, Pyro, Toad,
yep.
Blob, Mojo, Brood Queen, Onslaught,
Brood Queen, yeah.
Onslaught, Dark Phoenix, Legion.
Legion.
That's me, Emma Frost.
Yep.
Morrow, Spider, Namor, Magic, Sunspot, Warlock, Mirage, Wolfsbane, Havoc. Multiple Man, Polaris, Strong Guy.
Yep.
Boom Boom. Blink, Firestar, Warpath, Phantomex, Pharaoh, Kitty Pride. Yep. Lockheed, Nightcrawler, Captain Britain, Phoenix, Dupe, Wimple, Dagger.
Do you know who Gwynpool is? You know who she takes care of and helps?
Jeff!
That's right, that's right.
Dagger, Cloak, Longshot, Sunfire, Weapon X, X-23, Dazzler, Pixie, Northstar, Sasquatch, Puck, Guardian, Snowbird.
Yes, that is correct. So, very good reading. A lot of these characters you probably saw on Marvel Rivals, yes. Yeah? Which ones do you recognize?
Dagger.
Yeah.
And Cloak.
It's really cool to see them separate, right? Rather than in one miniature. Magic, that is correct. Namor. Namor's up there. And I think that's it. I'm sure they're going to add more X-Men characters to the Marvel Rivals game. All right, thank you for reading that, Emma. The figures that stand out the most to me are the ones with the translucency, especially Dark Phoenix here, which is such a titular character in so many different stories. It'll be very cool to get that miniature out and add it to our stories. The other character that draws my eye really is Lockheed here, which I'm assuming is going to be paired with Kitty Pryde. There is a Pet Companions expansion set that came out recently, and there are cards specific to Lockheed, so you can use them separately. The only thing left to do is get the shrink off the box, and what I'm going to try to do is cut the shrink on the sides here and on the bottom and preserve the shrink itself using it as a slip cover for the entire case, as it is big and chunky and it should be able to stay intact. All right, so let's make a little cut here. Okay, that one. All right, so the back flap looks a little bit loose. All right, so flip the box over and take off the lid. It's gonna be very slow coming off as it is brand new. Okay, so I got the lid off and the shrink remains intact. So that's great. Got this big chunky box within. I guess we'll have to flip it upside down to get it out. But before we do so, they always have the character art on the inside panels. Very cool to see this. Just really appealing artwork all around. That's one of the joys of this game, is the artwork. I wish I could paint all the miniatures to this cartoony style. Maybe I'll do so one day once I retire. Okay, so that makes it a little bit loose here. All right, finally got this large cardboard box out of the well. And unfortunately, the plastic insert within is cracked, so that's not happiness, but we could deal with it. Let's see, there are multiple other cards in here. We'll have to show these off in the future. I'm not gonna crack all these open right now. This looks like Pixie, starting hand for another character, Namor. Emma Frost, I'm assuming that's that. We got our Toad and Blob team villain deck here. So yeah, multiple cards. Okay, looks like some special tokens for some of the characters. And we got some villain dashboards here. I guess we could take a look at these. We'll start off with Toad, Blob, and Pyro. There is a special setup here. On the back of the dashboard are their various BAM conditions. Next up, we have Arcade. And here is a closer look at his abilities. We'll go on to Avalanche here. Brood Queen. Very low health here. So I guess there's other ways she can mitigate damage. The Brood Queen gains 1 health, may go above storing value. So there you go. Then place a threat card in the spawn point location if vacant. Otherwise, place it in the next clockwise location without a threat. We'll have to focus on these villains and cards at a later date, maybe through gameplay. Here is Callisto. Dark Phoenix. And special setup, replace all civilians with a thug. And here are her abilities. Deathbird. Emma Frost. And once again, she could be played as a hero as well. Lady Deathstrike. Legion. And looks like we could place a card here to change his abilities. Very cool. Morrow. Mastermind. Mojo. Namor. Omega Red. Onslaught. Sauron. Shadow King. Silver Samurai. Spyro. And looks like she has 2 cards. So looks like here we keep track of a spell she is casting. We got to break that spell. Very interesting villain. This might be very intriguing to play against. All right, so those are all the villain dashboards. We'll take a closer look at the miniatures next. All the miniatures will be contained in this cardboard box. And usually on the back of the box, there will be an image of how this is all organized and stored. So it looks like we got 3 trays. So let's take it out of the cardboard box. Hopefully the insert in here is not damaged, as this one's more important to keep it more organized. And on the top, looks like we got all of our villains. I'm gonna place the little cheat sheet here describing who is who. And we'll start at the top here. We got Avalanche, Deathbird, Mastermind, Callisto, Lady Deathstrike, Shadow King, Silver Samurai, Omega Red, Arcade, Sauron, Pyro, Toad, Blob, Mojo, Brood Queen, Onslaught, and Dark Phoenix. Let's take a closer look at this Dark Phoenix piece. Looks spectacular with a translucent phoenix bird behind her. Very neat. The other piece that has translucency here is Pyro. He is shooting out a jet of flame. Very neat. All these sculpts look wonderful and dynamic. I wish I had time to paint them all, but we'll move on to tray number 2. And the purple coloration means they could be played as a hero or a villain. Starting at the top here, it looks like we got Legion, Emma Frost, Morrow, Spyro, Namor, Magic, one of my favorite characters, Sunspot, Warlock, Mirage, Wolfbane, Havoc. I believe he is also in other sets, or maybe different variations of him. Multiple Man, Polaris, Strong Guy, Boom Boom, Blink, Firestar, Warpath, Phantomex, and Pharaoh. Let's take a look at Namor here. He does have a translucent base representing water. Looks like his spear is a little bit bent, and I'm sure we can straighten that out with a splash of hot water. Let's see, this piece here, Firestar, also has some translucency. Very neat. I guess this one is probably the most silliest. Strong Guy. So let's move on to the last tray. And starting at the top, we got Kitty Pryde, which has a very cool sculpt. She is phasing through a wall here. Got her companion, Lockheed, Nightcrawler, Captain Britain, Phoenix, Dupe, Gwenpool, Dagger, Cloak, Long Shot, Sunfire. This is a space for Storm Mohawk design, which was added separately in the campaign, as well as a space for Old Man Logan. I believe we have both of those somewhere else in the house. This is Weapon X, X-23, Dazzler, Pixie, North Star, Sasquatch, Puck, Guardian, and Snowbird. The Lockheed character is pretty cool. I'm sure you probably have to play it with Kitty Pryde. There is a separate pet companion expansion set that came out recently, so maybe you could use it with other characters. The other interesting one here is Gwenpool, and yeah, it looks like there is Jeff the Land Shark here. Now that pet companion set, there is a Jeff the Land Shark miniature separately. I guess I wish it would be separate here, but maybe they included it because that is going to be part of her hero deck. We'll have to find out later. The other piece with translucency is this one here, Phoenix. There you go. And I guess that's it for the miniatures. So that has been our very quick unboxing of the X-Men Marvel United promo set. We will explore all the cards at a later date using classic comic books as a scenario for our stories. So we do appreciate you taking the time to watch this unboxing. As a bonus tip here, when you ever have a deep well with a big box that sits on top, you do want to be able to access it and move it easily. This cardboard with the little tabs here usually is not good enough. These boxes tend to be very heavy and you will just bend this. So the solution is to get a ribbon such as this, and you're going to cut it to the length of the well, drop it in here, and then you will be able to place your box in this well. And if you need to remove it, you just pull on the ribbon. So basically you're making like pull tabs. So that is the solution we do for big games, especially these CMON games with multiple miniatures. So thanks for watching this bonus tip. And yes, we do have Storm Mohawk version as well as Old Man Logan. So we'll do unboxings of these separately one day, feature stories from classic comic books, and place them in the storage container here. As always, thanks for watching everyone, and keep on adventuring out there.